Good morning and welcome to the weekly business meeting of the South Carolina Public Service Commission. Today is Thursday, July 24, 2025. It's approximately 1 p.m. Before we begin, would you please join me in a moment of silent reflection? Thank you very much. All commissioners are present in the hearing room. Ms. Scarborough, if you would, please proceed with our docket.
Good afternoon, Chair Powers, Vice Chair Williams, and Commissioners. First order of business is to set the date of the next regularly scheduled Commission business meeting. Staff recommends that meeting be set for Thursday, August the 7th, 2025 at 1 o'clock p.m.
The next regular business meeting will be Thursday, August 7th at 1 o'clock.
Thank you. Today we have 8 items on the utilities agenda and 7 items on the transportation agenda. Item number 1 is in docket number 1985-150C. This is a request from Supertel Communications to cancel its payphone service provider certificate that was authorized in Commission orders numbered 1991-32 and 1994-104.
As to item number 1, do I hear a motion?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Britt.
on July 7th, 2025, Supertel Communications notified the Commission that the company removed its last 3 payphones and ceased payphone services in the state on April 18th, 2025. Additionally, Supertel requested that the Commission cancel its payphone service provider certification. I move that the Commission grant the request of Supertel Communications for cancellation of payphone service provider certificate and authority provided by the Commission order number 1991-32 and number 1994-104.
Thank you, Commissioner Britt. Having heard the motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those no, the ayes have it, the motion carries.
Item number 2 is in docket number 2019-189WS. This is a request from Jacob Utilities, LLC, for approval of its 30-day notice to customers of an increase in water and sewer pass-through rates by the City of Clemson.
As to item number 2, do I hear a motion?
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Thomas.
On July the 7th, 2025, Jacob Utilities, LLC, advised that the City of Clemson is increasing its wholesale rates effective July the 1st, 2025. Since its bulk water supplier and wastewater servicer, the City of Clemson, has increased its water and wastewater rates and charges, Jacob seeks to pass the increased costs of its bulk water and wastewater purchases to its customers. Order number 2019-777 issued on November the 27th, 2019, and docket number 2019-189WS approves the pass-through rates and Jacob to provide 30 days notice of the new rates and charges to its customers. According to Jacob, the new volume rate is $4.86 per 1,000 gallons and is an increase of 44 cents per 1,000 gallons, and the new customer charge is $15.59 per month and is an increase of $1.42 per month. The new sewer rate is $6.61 per 1,000 gallons and is an increase of 60 cents per 1,000 gallons. The new customer charge for sewer is $24.54 per month and is an increase of $2.23 per month. Jacob further states to the Commission that the 30-day notice was mailed on July the 1st, 2025, notifying the customers of the increases that are to become effective on August the 1st, 2025. The utility is ordered to file a copy of the 30-day letter notice sent to its customers. Jacob also provided a copy of the notice of increase by the City of Clemson. Accordingly, I move that the Commission approve the requested increase in excuse me. Accordingly, excuse me. Accordingly,
please.
Chair Powers, I'm going to finish this motion.
Certainly.
Accordingly, I move that the commission approve the requested increase in the wholesale water and sewer rates for Jacob for bulk water and sewer purchases from City of Clemson effective August 1st, 2025.
Thank you, Commissioners, for the motion. Is any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The motion carries.
Item number 3 appears in dockets numbered 2015-274W, 2016-126W, and 2018-28W. This also is a request from Jacob Utilities LLC for approval of its 30-day notice to its customers of an increase in the water pass-through rates by the City of Clemson.
As to item number 3, do I hear a motion?
Chair Powers,
Commissioner Caston.
thank you. On July 7th, 2025, Jacob Utilities LLC advised the Commission that the City of Clemson increased its wholesale rates effective July 1st, 2025. Jacob also provided a copy of the notice of the increase by the City of Clemson to the Commission. Since its bulk water supplier, the City of Clemson, has increased its water rates and charges, Jacob seeks to pass the increased cost of its bulk water purchases to its customers. Order number 2015-866 and docket number 2015-274-W. Order number 2016-348 and docket number 2016-126-W. And order number 2018-207 and docket number 2018-28-W. Approve the pass-through rates and require Jacob to provide 30 days' notice of the new rates and charges to its customers. According to Jacob, the new volume rate is $4.86 per thousand gallons, is an increase of 44 cents per thousand gallons, and the new customer charge is $15.59 per month, is an increase of $1.42 per month. Jacob further states to the Commission that a 30-day notice was mailed on July 1, 2025, notifying the customers of the increases that are to become effective on August 1st, 2025. The utility is ordered to file a copy of the 30-day letter notice sent to its customers. I move that the Commission approve the requested increase in the wholesale water rates of Jacob for bulk water purchases from the City of Clemson effective August 1st, 2025, in accordance with the provisions of Order Number 2015-866, Order Number 2016-348, and Order Number 2018-207. So move.
Thank you, Commissioner Caston. Having heard the motion, is any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the ayes have it. The motion carries.
Item number 4 is in dockets numbered 2005-83A and 2022-162E. This item involves establishing procedural schedules for utilities integrated resource plans for calendar year 2026 and amending Commission Order Number 2024-693.
As to item number 4, is there a motion?
Mr. Chair.
Vice Chair Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, fellow commissioners, I have a motion. Before I make my motion, I will give some brief background. On May 12th, 2025, Act 41 of 2025 took effect and made changes to South Carolina Code Annotated Section 58-37-40C3 related to the statutory time period for review of the Electric Utilities Integrated Resource Plan. Given the recent changes in the law, the procedural schedules in Order Number 2024-693 for the filing of integrated resource plans during calendar year 2026 must be revised. On June 18, 2025, the Clerk's Office held a procedural schedule forum for integrated resource plans that allowed comments by the electric utilities, interested stakeholders, and the Office of Regulatory Staff to discuss a proposed draft triennial integrated resource plan schedule. Based on that background, fellow commissioners, I move that the Commission approve the following procedural schedule for integrated resource plans filed in calendar year 2026 as proposed by the clerk of the commission, including the schedule modifications proposed by Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated as follows. For Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated, the IRP filing date is March 31st, 2026. Dominion Energy South Carolina direct testimony due date is June 3rd, 2026. Others directed testimony due date is August 26, 2026. Dominion Energy South Carolina rebuttal testimony due date September 23rd, 2026. Others rebuttal testimony due date is October 21st, 2026. The hearing is scheduled to commence on November 9th, 2026, and the order is scheduled due on January 2025, 2027. For Duke Energy Carolinas LLC and Duke Energy Progress LLC, the IRP filing date is August 14th, 2026. For Duke Energy Carolinas and Duke Energy Progress direct testimony, the due date is September 25th, 2026. Others direct testimony due date is December 17th, 2026. Duke Energy Carolinas and Duke Energy Progress rebuttal testimony due date is January 29th, 2027. Others rebuttal testimony due date is February 25th, 2027. The hearing is scheduled to commence on April 5th, 2027, and the order due date is June 10th, 2027. For South Carolina Public Service Authority, also known as Santee Cooper, the IRP filing date is September 30th, 2026. Santee Cooper's direct testimony due date is November 20th, 2026. Others direct testimony due date is February 11th, 2027. Santee Cooper's rebuttal testimony due date is March 25th, 2027. And other rebuttal testimony due date is April 22nd, 2027. The hearing is scheduled for May 24th, 2027, and the order is due June 27th, 2027. Okay. Finally, commissioners, I move that the commission alter and amend order number 2024-693 to reflect the changes above in the procedural schedules for the filing of the triennial integrated resource plans and calendar 2026 for Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated, Duke Energy Carolinas LLC, Duke Energy Progress LLC, and the South Carolina Public Service Authority for calendar year 2026. I so move.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Having heard the motion by Vice Chair Williams, is there any further discussion?
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Williams.
Thank you, Chair Powers. Vice Chair Williams, I think I heard you say the order date would be June 27th, 2027. Could that possibly be July 27th, 2027?
It could be, which utility?
For Santee Cooper. I'm sorry if I didn't say that. For the South Carolina Public Service Authority.
Okay. Yeah, I think the form document that you're referencing has July 27th, 2027, and not June 27th, 2027.
And I just noticed the differences between the hearing date and the order dates for the other two IRP filings, and thought that giving ourselves a month for the order for the South Carolina Public Service Authority was much slimmer than we'd given ourselves for the others.
I don't disagree. Someone made a mistake, and looks like that someone was me. Thank you for correcting it.
Thank you
Mr.
both.
Chairman,
Commissioner Belson.
I have a concern about the hearing date in the Dominion Energy schedule. I need to know if that conflicts with the NARUC meeting. And I think, well, I don't need to know, but if it does, I think that there needs to be some leeway made to change that hearing date if needed, if it conflicts. NARUC meets in November. All the utilities, all the staff knows that. We don't go to that many seminars and have the ability to go to that many seminars, and I just think we need to protect that.
Would you like to put that in the form of a,
Well, I just move that the staff be aware and change that date if necessary, so as not to preclude our attendance at NARUC.
all right, and we accept that as part of your motion, Vice Chair Williams?
Commissioner Bells, you can't miss one NARUC meeting. I accept it.
I do
accept
that a
it.
lot, and I just don't think it's right. And I think I think sometimes this is by design.
I accept the amendment.
All right. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed by no. The ayes have it. The motion carries.
Item number 5 is in docket number 2024-36E. This is a request from Duke Energy Progress LLC for a like facility determination for the Patrick Highway Solar 230 kilovolt switching station, tap line, and associated switches.
As to item number 5, is there a motion?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Belson.
On June 20, 2025, Duke Energy Progress LLC filed a request for a like facility determination pursuant to South Carolina Code Annotated Section 5833-110, subsection 1, and the Utility Facility Siting and Environmental Protection Act as amended by Act 41 of 2025. Duke Energy Progress is proposing an addition of the Patrick Highway Solar 230 kilovolt switching station tap line, the Patrick Highway Solar 2030 kV switching station, and associated switches to its existing Darlington County Bennettsville switching station 230 kV line, and for the replacement of 5 existing structures on the existing 230 kV line, thereby allowing Duke Energy Progress to move forward with the construction of the project. By Directive Order Number 2024-160 dated March 7, 2024, the Commission accepted for filing a power purchase agreement between the company Duke Energy Progress and B&K Solar LLC to interconnect and transmit energy from B&K Solar facility to the Duke Energy Progress electric system. Duke Energy Progress is reconfiguring and replacing existing structures in its own right-of-way and right-of-way provided by Duke Energy Progress's interconnection customer, B&K Solar. In the South Carolina Energy Security Act, Act 41 of 2025, the General Assembly defined a like facility with respect to transmission facilities as including, but is not limited to, any facility that represents the rebuilding, reconductoring, paralleling, increasing voltage, adding circuits, or otherwise reconfiguring of an existing transmission line or other transmission facilities, provided such facilities are A, located materially within a utility right-of-way or corridor, or B, substantially located on the property of a customer, prospective customer, or the state. That's contained in South Carolina Code Annotated, Section 5833-20, subsection 10. As such, the addition of the facilities to the existing 230 kV line within Duke Energy Progress's existing right-of-way and right-of-way provided by Duke Energy Progress's interconnection customer, B&K Solar, and the replacement of the 5 structures on the existing 230 kV line as described in Duke Energy Progress's request are like facilities for the existing 230 kV line and do not constitute construction of a major utility facility which would require certification pursuant to the Utility Facility Siting and Environmental Protection Act. I move that the Commission approve the request of Duke Energy for a like facility determination and find and conclude that the addition of the facilities to the existing 230 kV line and the replacement of the 5 existing structures with new steel H frames within the existing right-of-way for the existing 230 kV line constitute the replacement of an existing facility with a like facility, and do not constitute construction of a major utility facility for which certification would be required under the Utilities, Facilities, Siting, and Environmental Protection Act contained in South Carolina Code Annotated Sections 583310 to 196. I further move that the Commission find and order that the approval by this Commission is contingent upon and subject to Duke Energy Progress applying for and obtaining all required permits for this project. Additionally, by letter dated July 22nd, 2025, the Office of Regulatory Staff notified the Commission that after engaging in discovery, ORS does not object to the request of Duke Energy Progress. ORS does recommend that Duke Energy Progress file updates with the Commission and ORS on this like facilities project as it progresses. ORS further recommends Duke Energy Progress notify the Commission and ORS of the completion of the project within 10 days of its completion. Therefore, I further move that the Commission accept and adopt the recommendations of ORS and order that Duke Energy Progress provide updates to the Commission and ORS every 3 months up to the completion of this like facilities project, and that Duke Energy Progress notify the Commission and ORS of the completion of this like facilities project within 10 days of its completion. Lastly, I move that the parties are instructed to provide a proposed order to the Commission no later than 10 days from today. The Commission will issue a full order outlining the details of this decision.
Thank you, Commissioner Belser.
And did I make if I said 2030, I think I did say 2030 instead of the 230 kV line, I would ask that my motion be conformed to say 230 and not 2030.
All right. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no. The ayes have it. The motion carries.
Item number 6 is in docket number 2025-80WS. This is a request for approval of contracts entered into by Jacob Utilities, LLC, Goldie and Associates, Incorporated, and Greenstone Construction, LLC.
That's item number 6. Do I hear a motion?
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Williams.
Thank you. On July 22nd, 2025, the Office of Regulatory Staff filed its letter asking the Commission for this item to be carried over from the Commission's agenda. Jacob Utilities, LLC joined in the request to carry over the matter. ORS previously asked the Commission to carry over this matter on March 14th, 2025, and it was granted by the Commission. In its letter making another carryover request to the Commission, ORS states that it and Jacob are actively engaging in continuing discussions to resolve certain outstanding issues associated with the application. As such, ORS and Jacob jointly and respectfully request this item be carried over. End of quote. This is from an ORS letter dated July 22nd, 2025. I move that the Commission carry over this matter to allow the Office of Regulatory Staff to complete its review of Jacob Utilities LLC's application for approval of certain contracts with Goldie and Associates, Incorporated, and Greenstone Construction, LLC. I further move that the Commission direct the parties to provide an update on the status of review and resolution of outstanding issues no later than August 15th, 2025, and for the parties to continue to provide an update to the Commission every month thereafter until this matter is decided by the Commission. In the event there is no resolution by August the 15th, 2025, the Commission directs staff to hold a status conference by August 22nd, 2025. I so move.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Having heard the motion, is any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no. The ayes have it. The motion carries.
Item number 7 is in dockets numbered 2025-16E and 2025-17E. This is a motion for admission pro hac vici of John D. Burns, Esquire, filed on behalf of Carolinas Clean Energy Business Association.
That's item number 7. Is there a motion?
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Williams.
Thank you. I move that the commission grant the motion of Carolinas Clean Energy Business Association.
Having heard the motion,
I'm sorry, I was just hesitating. For admission, Pro Hoc Vici of John D. Burns, Esquire.
I apologize for interrupting.
Well, I was taking a very long pause.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Having heard the motion by Commissioner Williams, is any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the ayes have it, the motion carries.
Item number 8 is in docket number 2025-154E. This item involves proposed discovery procedural schedules and deadlines in this docket from Duke Energy Progress, LLC.
As to item number 8, do I hear a motion?
Mr. Chair.
Vice Chair Williams.
Mr. Chair, fellow commissioners, I have a motion. Before I make that motion, I just want to share a brief background as to how we got here for this motion today. Commissioners, as you all know, last week this item appeared on our commission business agenda, and I requested that the commission carry the matter over in hopes that the parties could work with each other to reach agreement on a procedural schedule. Subsequent to that that decision or that vote that we took last week, we did receive additional filings from the parties, and it seems as if that they're deadlocked and they are pretty cemented in their positions, which is understandable. That happens at times. Based on that, I'm making a decision based on my interpretation of Act 41, specifically Section 58-3-140D, that requires the commission to issue deadlines for each phase of discovery. So with that background, I move that the commission adopt the proposed discovery procedural schedule and deadline submitted by Duke Energy Progress, LLC on July 3rd, 2025, and set the dates for completion of each phase of discovery as follows. Application discovery deadline is 10 business days before intervener direct testimony is due. The response is due 10 business days after service. Direct testimony discovery deadline, discovery filed no later than 10 business days before intervener direct testimony is due. Responses due 10 business days after receipt. All other parties' testimony discovery deadline, discovery filed within 7 business days after other parties' testimony is filed. Responses due 5 business days after service. Rebuttal testimony, discovery deadline, discovery filed within 5 business days after rebuttal testimony is filed. Response due 5 business days after service. Surrebuttal testimony, discovery deadline, discovery filed 2 business days after surrebuttal testimony, if any, is filed. Response is due 3 business days after service. Additionally, I move that the commission grant the company's request, Dominion Energy Progress LLC's request to relieve the parties from the 10-day pre-hearing motion deadline under the South Carolina Code, annotated regulation 103-829, where compliance is not feasible due to the procedural timeline. Further, I move that the commission prioritize hearing discovery disputes in this matter in order to keep the discovery process moving in an orderly and timely manner. Finally, I move that the commission note that its approval of the proposed discovery procedural schedule and deadlines relates only to the case before us, this instant matter, and has no precedential effect. It is solely based on the issues presented in the matter before us at this time. So moved.
Thank you, Vice Chair Williams. Having heard the motion, is any further discussion?
Mr. Chair.
Vice Chair Williams.
I understand that discovery is a very important process to any case that the commission hears. I know that this is a new process for all the parties and for the commission, and I wanted to note that I think it's very important that, first of all, I hope there are no discovery disputes, but if there are any discovery disputes, I encourage the parties to bring them to the commission so that we can hear them, decide them, and move this process forward. The last thing I want, and the last thing I think any of us on the commission want, is for parties to feel as if they don't have the ability to participate in a full, robust discovery process. At the same time, in my opinion, that has to be balanced with the limited time that we have in these cases, and also with some order with the process to make it efficient as possible. So thank you, commissioners, and I welcome any questions.
Thank you, Vice Chair Williams. And, I know all parties want to protect or have as much time as possible, but statutory deadlines, there's always limited time.
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Caston.
Thank you. And I'm sensitive to DCA and other interveners' comments and concerns. And having heard the vice chair's motion and his comments at the end, I'm inclined to agree with those and support that. I think, it's our role to make sure it's all done fairly. And I believe we will do that going forward. So, Vice Chair Williams, I support your motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Caston.
Mr.
Any
Chairman.
further comments?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Belson.
would Vice Chair Williams entertain a question?
Yes, he would.
I reckon I just want to make sure that my understanding is correct. This is just the deadlines for filing or submitting interrogatories, requests for produce, other discovery requests to the various parties. This does not in any way impact a party's continuing duty under the discovery guidelines to supplement as additional information becomes available, does it?
No, ma'am, that's not my intent.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Belson. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the ayes have it. The motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, that completes the utilities agenda before the commission. Moving on to the motor carrier agenda, in Part A, there are 3 applications for new Class C certificates that the commission can address together. Item A1 is in docket number 2025-205T, which is the application of Charleston Luxury Limo LLC for a Class C charter certificate. Item A2 appears in docket number 2025-206T. This is the application of Aging Gracefully Errand Service LLC for a Class C non-emergency certificate. And item A3 is in docket number 2025-207T, which is the application of BJM Transportation LLC for a Class C non-emergency certificate.
As to items A1 through A3, do I hear a motion?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Brett.
I move that the commission approve the applications for Class C certificates in items numbers A1 through A3 as identified by Mr. Scarborough. A directive order will be issued for each application in the respective docket.
Thank you, Commissioner Brett. Having heard the motion, is any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the ayes have it. The motion carries.
In Part B of the transportation agenda, there are 2 requests for extensions of time that the commission can address together. Item B1 appears in docket number 2025-123T. This is a request from Share Care Medical Transportation LLC for a 9-month extension of time to comply with commission rules and regulations. Item B2 is in docket number 2025-107T. This is a request from All Around Auto Transportation Services LLC for a 2-month extension of time to comply with commission rules and regulations.
As to items B1 and B2, do I hear a motion?
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Williams.
Thank you. I move that the commission grant the request for extension in item numbers B1 and B2 as identified by Mr. Scarborough. A directive order will be issued in each respective docket.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Having heard the motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the ayes have it. The motion carries.
In Part C of the transportation agenda, there is 1 item, which is in docket number 2025-162T. This is a motion from the Office of Regulatory Staff for default judgment against numerous transportation companies for failure to pay registration fees and/or to maintain and file evidence of insurance.
As to item C1, do I hear a motion?
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Thomas.
I move that the commission grant the motion for default judgment filed by the Office of Regulatory Staff on July 11, 2025, by finding that the motor carriers listed on Exhibit A and Exhibit B, totaling 81 motor carriers, failed to answer or respond to the petition within 30 days of service and who remain in default, as well as remain out of compliance for having failed to maintain and file evidence of insurance and or pay the requisite fees. I further move that the commission revoke the certificates of the 85 motor carriers listed on Exhibits A and B attached to the motion of the Office of Regulatory Staff, and that the commission direct the clerk of the commission to cancel the hearing scheduled for this docket for Thursday, July the 24th, 2025 at 1 p.m. following the commission business meeting scheduled on the same day. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Having heard the motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the ayes have it. The motion carries.
In Part D of the transportation agenda, there is one request to amend the certificate. Item D1 appears in dockets numbered 2023-270T and 2025-162T. This is a request from Graham Collins Adult Daycare Center, LLC, to amend Class C non-emergency certificate number 9883 to read Nye Adult Daycare, LLC.
As to item D1, is there a motion?
Mr. Chair, beg your indulgence, sir.
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Thomas.
Back to item C1. Apparently I misspoke. The total number of carriers, motor carriers, is 81. And if I did not make that clear, then I would like to set that for the record, please.
I would suggest then we vote again on that. As to item C1, is there any other further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the ayes have it. Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. As to item D1, is there a motion?
Mr. Chair.
Vice Chair Williams.
Mr. Chair, fellow commissioners, I have a motion, but I guess as the norm for today, I have a bit of background before I make that motion. The motor carrier's name change request was received approximately 1 month after the commission received the petition for revocation of certificates from the Office of Regulatory Staff, which included the request to revoke the Class C certificate number 9883 of Graham Collins Adult Daycare Center, LLC. In its petition for revocation, the Office of Regulatory Staff alleges that Graham Collins Adult Daycare, LLC failed to maintain insurance. The petition for revocation in this docket, the petition for revocation is in docket number 2025-162-T as referenced by Mr. Scarborough. This request was on the Commission's agenda for consideration during its July 10th, 2025 business meeting. At that time, the Commission requested an order 2025-417 for the Office of Regulatory Staff to review the motor carrier's name change and to notify the Commission on the status of this motor carrier's compliance with the Commission's rules and regulations with regard to payment of annual vehicle registration fees and maintaining insurance and providing proof of insurance to the Office of Regulatory Staff. On July 11, 2025, the Office of Regulatory Staff reported that the motor carrier, Graham Collins Adult Daycare Center, LLC, remains out of compliance for failure to maintain proper insurance, and that it also failed to file a timely answer to the petition for revocation in docket number 2025-162-T, for which the Office of Regulatory Staff seeks a default judgment for failure to answer. And the motion for default judgment filed by the Office of Regulatory Staff is item number C1, and the default judgment has been granted by the Commission. Once the motor carrier is ready to come into compliance, Graham Collins Adult Daycare Center LLC can file an application under its proposed new name to obtain a Class C certificate. Fellow commissioners, with that background, I move that the commission deny the name change requested by Graham Collins Adult Daycare Center LLC. So moved.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Having heard the motion in the background, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no. The ayes have it, the motion carries.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, this concludes all business noticed before the commission today.
Thank you, Mr. Scarborough, and all those that joined us again this week. Please stay out of the heat. Check on your neighbors and friends. It's going to be a tough few days for everyone. We are adjourned.